I'm from Odisha.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. This is Vishali Akula, RC Vijayawada from Hyderabad.
Great. Other
Good evening, sir. I'm
evening.
Tahirun from Tirunelveli.
Okay. Lalit Beniwal.
Sir, I am from Hisar, Haryana, RC Chandigarh.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. My name is Diksha and I'm from RC Chandigarh.
Okay. Anybody else or covered? Anita Nahak हो गया? Anita, you are from where?
Yes, sir, I'm from Mumbai.
Mumbai. So you all are representing all over India. Others may also join from other places because this is a kind of
Sir, I'm from MP.
Ambika. You are from
MP.
MP. Good.
Madhya Pradesh.
So you all have joined this program. Are you working somewhere or all are freshers?
Yes, sir. I am working as a teacher in preschool with 3 years experience.
Good. And others? See, this is a kind of wonderful program, and you all have joined this program, so all are welcomes from RC Chandigarh on from my personal behalf. So let us start some discussion. So within a minute, I am just sharing kind of slides, and we will discuss. Yeah, slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is unit. This is the block one. That is MES 081. And unit 1 is describe introduction to education with special reference to preschool education, as we all are enrolled in primary education. So it's deal with kind of definition what is preschool, what is preschooling, and what is the age group of child, what are the objectives of this kind of education, and first of all, what is education. So today we are going to discuss unit first, that is introduction to education with special reference to pre-education, preschool education. So in this unit we will discuss the meaning and nature of education, scope of education, nature of early child education, and what are the goals of early child education, care and education. So these we are going to discuss as per our syllabus, as per our material. So let us take what is education. Can anybody tell what is education in your word? Anybody please, what is education? No. See, this is a kind of counseling. So please be interactive. Whatever you know, please share.
Seeking knowledge.
Seeking knowledge, wonderful. Next.
So education is a process of acquiring knowledge, skills, values, and habits through teaching, training, and study.
Good, good, very good. और कोई?
सर जीवन जीने की कला है सर.
जीवन जीने की कला है. जी. Wonderful. So if we go by the word, that is education, that also describes some meaning of itself. Means education word is derived from or can be divided, can be taken as edu plus care. Edu means kind of knowledge, care means acquire karna. So it means education is to nourish, to bring up, to lead out, to draw out, and leading the child out of darkness into the light. And that is said by Swami Vivekanand. Means education is the process from which child is out from the darkness into the light. So education is simple meaning is to make the child live and learn happily, how he can be happy, how the person can be happy, how the person can be successful in their goal, means better life, quality life, healthy life. These all comes under the education we will discuss. And as a practitioner of preschool education, we will learn this, what is the role of education, uh, precisely what is the role of pre-education in our education system, because that is the backbone. If you see that today's this NEP 2020, so more emphasis is given to the preschool education. Earlier it was not, it was, now it is purely legalized. Pre-education is purely legalized by our new education policy 2020. So Education is defined very many people. Indian people also define what is education. Western thinkers also define what is education. If we see the Indian education system, Swami Vivekananda defined education. We will discuss in further. Sri Aurobindo, Rabindranath Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi. These are the important names who define what is education. If we see the Western thinker, Socrates also defined education. Aristotle, Froebel, Rousseau, Albert Einstein. These all are the practitioner of school education. They have given their ideology, their thoughts towards the education. So we will discuss in next unit 2 in detail what Arvindo said, what Rabindranath Tagore said, what Mahatma Gandhi said about the education. So if we see, there are various definition given by the Indian educators and the foreign educators. So broader meaning education is very big. It is the kind of umbrella of various things, means healthy life, our ideology, our culture, our जो belief है, belief, these all comes under the education. What should be? You know, if you see various countries, the education system may be different, but their goals is certainly different. If you see the Indian education system, that described education is for peace. Education is for kind of national development, not personal development. If you see the narrow meaning, as we have discussed, the narrow meaning of education is to bring out the knowledge, whatever is involved in the child by the process that is called education. These are the kind of nature of education. Means in one ideology, education is a process for development. Education is a bipolar, means learn and achieve something. एजुकेशन इज ए ट्राईपोलर प्रोसेस, इसको भी हम डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. एजुकेशन इज ए प्रोडक्ट ऑफ kind of input what we are providing to the child. Education is modification of behavior, of course, because the education, we all believe that educated person's behavior modify with the education. Illiterate or literate behaviors cannot be same, both are differ because of education. Education is development, education is a kind of direction, education is a kind of guidance, education is a kind of adjustment, and finally education is a social science. By education, social structures help a nation for further development. So these are the nature of education, and we will discuss in these nature of education in detail in the coming slides. So what are the scope of education? See, although the scope of education is very wide, but as far as our syllabus is concerned, here we will discuss the provides, means education provides training in citizenship, facilitates social development, education opens new avenues of knowledge, spread awareness, because by the education we provide many awareness to the child, means how to live together, how to even how to eat, how to behave with others, and how to interact with others. These are all the scope of education. Help in decision making, of course, education is also help for decision making. So this is the important. In India, what is the level of education? Means pre-primary to higher education. Pre-primary means birth to UKG or prep. Primary, it is a kind of education-wise level. We will discuss further age-wise level. Birth to UKG or prep is known as pre-primary. Primary 1 to 5, you all are aware. Elementary 6 to 8, secondary 9 to 10, senior secondary 11 and 12th, and further tertiary, or you may say higher education, bachelor onward. So this is the level of education in India, and we will discuss This is also in detail. See, preschool education is birth to means it starts from home, and mother is the first teacher of the child in pre-education school system. So many practitioner, many educationists, many educator has defined, have practiced in the preschool education. As far as Plato is concerned, he stressed upon education for a young child 2000 year ago. Comenius also started infant education at home under the support of mother. Robert also founded infant schools in Scotland in 18th century. So we are practicing since many years. Rousseau also given child education in the lap of nature means whatever we are learning, and nature is also help to learn more and more to the child. And he has given very good example that don't force to the child, let him or her learn from the nature. Froebel in 19th century, kindergarten were also started by Froebel, and these kindergartens also known as preschool in modern times. In present time, earlier it was known as kindergarten. Now these school system is known as preschools. Maria Montessori also started, and she has practiced many things in the preschool education. She started pre schools in this and earlier name was Casa de Bambini, means house of child, house of children. And Maria Montessori also practiced this preschools in India also with the help of our leaders that time. Yeah, Maria Montessori early 20th century came into India in 1940 and started number of preschools named as Montessori School, and mostly in big cities of India that time. And the most important quality was these Montessori school was teachers were trained especially for this Montessori system. In India, if we see the pioneer of Montessori school in India, just a minute. Sorry, where कहाँ थे? We were discussing this. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. So we were discussing this Maria Montessori in India. Yes, we were discussing that in India there is an important role of Gujubhai Badeka and Tarabai Modek. They both were influenced by Maria Montessori, and they started pre-primary school in Gujarat. So these two people can be taken as pioneer of pre-primary school, or we must say that Montessori school in India. Mahatma Gandhi also supported Maria Montessori for opening these Montessori school, because he was the in the support of that child should get quality education. So he was also in opinion to promote pre basic education in India through voluntary effort, because Maria Montessori was came into the India kind of voluntary work, that she will start the primary school known as Montessori school in India, will be all voluntary basis, and many people from India helped her. And now you can see there are so many school systems, there are so many primary schools in India. Just a minute. Yes. So Mahatma Gandhi also helped for pre-primary school in India with the help of Maria Montessori. So this is the kind of history of pre-primary school in India. Pre-primary education in India, as for Indian Education Commission, there are various commissions came into the India. First was the this Wood Dispatch of India. You all must have read. Then there are many wood wood के बाद Mudaliar Ayog, Kothari commissions, so many. But in the first time, this Kothari commission, it came in the 1964, and given ideology and given kind of space for pre-primary education. Although, as I said, that it is legalized by NEP 2020, but provisions were there. So what this Indian Education 1964 says, that is also known as Kothari Commission, to develop good habits and skills in the child, which are necessary in day-to-day life, like how to dress, how to eat, how to wash, and how to clean themselves. Even the toilet habits, it all comes in the pre-education system. To develop social attributes and manners for healthy group participation, means how to speak and how to behave with their peer group, and how to behave in the family members, how to what is the kind of hierarchy of respect with the among the family members. So these all were the taken care by the Indian education system 1964. Next was to develop emotional maturity to express and understand the feelings, to encourage the aesthetic appreciation, to stimulate the beginning of intellectual curiosity to understand the world in the which child lives. Means all geographical knowledge should be given to the child, in which place he or she lives, what is the name of village, what is the name of city, what is the name of district. So these basic information should be given to the child, to foster new interest through experiments. Means what
Sir,
is
can you change the slide? It is in the old slide only.
pardon?
No, the whatever you're discussing, it is not shown in the slide. Can you change it?
It is not shown. Let me see. Let me see.
Click on the 11th slide, sir. You were after that Montessori.
Okay. Is it visible? 11th.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is moving.
Yes, it's now in the 11th slide.
Yeah. So that we have discussed early child education in India. We were discussing pre-school education in India as per the recommendations of Indian Education Commission, that is known as Kothari Commission. It came in 1964. So according to that commission, what was the recommendation, or what were the recommendations for preschool education? So that we were discussing to develop good habit skills in the child, which are the necessary in day-to-day life, means how to eat, how to dress up, and what should be the social attributes, manners for healthy group discussion, healthy group participation in the classroom, in the peer groups, even in the family, to develop the emotional maturity, to encourage the aesthetic appreciation, stimulate the beginning of intellectual curiosity, to understand the world, means kind of knowledge of geography, in which state, which taluka, which village he or she lives. These kind of information should be given to the child, to foster new interest through experiments. Means to create the new interest. A new interest means if you are giving some fruits to the child, so give the fruit to the child, but with the happy mood. It is a very sweet, it is a very delicious, so he or she will create interest to eat that food, although earlier he or she was not liking that food. To encourage independence and creativity and self expression of the child, to develop the child's ability and clear speech, to develop the good physique, adequate muscular and basic motor skills in the child, means kind of exercise, kind of good healthy eat habit, healthy living habit. So all should be inculcated in the child as per the recommendation of Kothari commissions that came in 1964, and that was the pioneer, because the first time in India something was recommended for pre-primary school education system. Although pre-primary schools start from home and mother is the first teacher. So development areas in preschool education, and we will discuss. These are just outline and for overview. Physical, social, and emotional developments comes under the category of pre-education, preschool education system. Communication, language, and literacy. This is the also main focus of pre-primary school education system. Mathematical development means counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and how to use these countings for further. It comes under the, and this is the base. This is the kind of pole for the development, for the further development of education system. Creative development. Creativity starts from pre-primary school, because in the next coming units you also there is a task for you people also, and you will also take some examples how to inculcate the creativity among the child, and you will practice yourself and will submit kind of project to the your study center. Understanding of the word. So these are the basic development areas which has to be taken care, which has to be addressed in pre-education system. Early child care and education. Yeah, this is the same. Yeah. Uh, Early childhood care and education. So this is also kind of many service sectors, many NGOs, and how it is being developed in India. So this is the kind of descriptions. Shift from preschool towards early child care education after independence, because early child care education was introduced in India after the independence. Before independence, it was kind of kindergarten, Montessori, like that. Setting up Central Social Welfare Board in 1953 to provide the grant in aid to voluntary bodies, means the grant was provided to even Montessori schools by the Central Social Welfare Board, and that was established in 1953. Many other more initiatives, means reproductive child health RCH schemes under the Department of Health and Family Welfare, integrated child development ICDS. Now it is also exist right now also, under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Early child care education aims to provide care and education to the child from birth till 6 years, that we have already discussed. 6 years means kind of pre. The learner should be enrolled in this prep or yeah. So this early child care education address the prep and birth to prep level, or as far as age is concerned, up to the 6 year age, it comes under the early child care education, or in other words, you can say that it is a pre-education system, preschool education system, and it is also known as kind of informal education. So early childhood care and education, there are various stages. Even 0 to 6, there are 4 stages. First is prenatal education from conception to birth. You see, in Indian mythology, you see that the what was his name? His was name Arjun's son's was name Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu started to learn, to gain the knowledge uh, before the birth. So, as far as the education system, as far the education uh, ideology concerned, so it start from even before the birth. It is known as prenatal education. Postnatal education, it starts from birth to 2 to 2.5 years, because many things he learn, he watch the persons, he realize, and he making some sense. So he or she start to get education, to get knowledge from birth to 2.5 year. It vary from place to place. Somewhere it is 0 to 2 years, it may be 0 to 2 and 2.5, and it may be 2. It is the kind of range. Pre-nursery education, it start from 2.5 to 4 years, and pre-primary education, that is the basic kind of gaining the knowledge, it starts from 4 to 6 years. Means actually the child start to learn new things and to correlate the things with others. It is known as pre-primary education. So, but it is holistically, it is known as early child care and education, and it starts from कंसेप्शन टू 6 years. सो फर्स्ट टू स्टेज, जो फर्स्ट टू स्टेज हैं, that is conception to birth and to birth to 2.5 years. These are the very crucial for healthy growth of the child, because this age group is kind of require kind of good feeding, good foods, good environment to sustain themselves. So these first 2 ages are very important as far as their health is concerned, and the last 2 stages are important for readiness. Means actually learning. These other 2 stages are also important. Readiness for 3 hours. 3 hours means you all are aware: reading, writing, and mathematics, known as 3 hours: reading, writing, and arithmetic. So, and all round development of the child. So as far as this whole gamut is concerned, there are 4 stages. First 2 stages are important for healthy growth of the child, and the last 2, pre-nursery school and pre-primary school, is important for actual learning. And in these stages, child start learn many things, and importantly, reading, writing, and kind of mathematical calculation and counting and all, and the all-round development of a child, how to live together, how to behave with the elders, how to uh, make cordial to each another. So these comes under these last 2 stages. And if I say this stage, early child care education is important, most important for the education system, because it is the base, it is the kind of strength of the knowledge as far as the education system. So this is the significance. What is the significance of early child care education? It is significant because for proper growth and development of every child, care and education are essential. And this early child care education provide us the target that every child should be healthy, every child should be able to learn 3 hours. Early child care education help the children in all-round development, that may be the physical and psychomotor. Even the cognitive development also comes under this category, and we will discuss. For universalization of elementary education, early child care education supports children's survival, growth, development, and learning, including health, nutrition, hygiene, and cognitive, social, physical, and emotional development, as we are already discussing that these four ages have important targets. First for physical growth and last two for learning. So overall, the early child care education is important and or significant role for the child for their further development. As it may be the physical development, it may be the psychological development, it may be the cognitive development, social development, or we must say all round development. Early child care education help a lot for the child. Early childhood care and education, there are various objectives. Important objectives means to develop the child healthy. As far as early child education objective, every child should have healthy physique, muscular coordination, and basic motor skills. Means how to handle, how to pick up, these are the basic motor skills. To develop the child good health habits, and to build basic skill necessary for personal development, personal adjustment, such as how to dress, how to eat, that we have already discussed. To develop desirable social attributes, manners, to encourage healthy group participation, and to make the child and sensitive to the rights, what are their rights, what are the privileges of the child. To develop emotional maturity by guiding the child to express, understand, accept, and control his feeling and emotions. To encourage aesthetic appreciation, to stimulate intellectual curiosity, that we have already discussed in previous slides. It is just kind of repetition. What are the activities of early child care education in Anganwadis? You all must aware what is the role of Anganwadis. Anganwadi is the basic center for preschool education in the villages, and that have the very significant and important role for providing kind of nurturing, kind of focusing on their healthy, on their health and basic knowledge, basic education. So what Anganwadi do? Provision of supplementary nutrition to the child. Although it is the family responsibility to provide the healthy food to the children, but it is also government also support through the Anganwadis. They provide the basic supplementary nutrition to the child. Time to time health checkup and immunization practices, providing nutrition and health education to the mothers also, how to nurture, how to tackle their child in the home. Developing in the child readiness for primary schools, this is also work of Anganwadis. And learning activities means how to color, how to make, how to use the garbage into some product, how to utilize the things for making the even group songs, group dance. These all comes under the activities of Anganwadis, and how to share the things with each other. These all uh, child learn in the Anganwadi centers. National goal and early child care education. See, there are various provisions as we have discussed in the earlier slides. The government also taking care as far as our in Indian constitutional provisions. Article 21A also describe that there are some provisions for child to get healthy life and quality education. Article 45 also says for their education. Right to Education Act, it came into the 2009. It also described this early child care education, and there are various commissions in India. As I said, secondary education commissions, and it is uh, clear from name because it's recommended for the provisions for secondary educations. But first time in India, Indian Education Commission 1964, it is known as Kothari Commissions, have given various recommendations for preschool education system. National Education on National Policy of Education 1986 also describes, also recommended various things for pre-primary schools. After that, Program of Action, it came 1992, that is described use of blackboard, use of chalk for the development of the child. New Education Policy 2020, that we are living in this particular education under this New Education Policy 2020. Now it is, as I said, now the preschool education is purely legalized and purely given importance to very important segment of education system. So there are various 5-year plans also. In every 5-year plans, recommendations have been given to the preschool education from time to time, and we will discuss in the coming days how and what the recommendations of 5-year plans of government of India. Right to education and preschool education. See, this is the, although since independence in India, many practices, many recommendations have been given to the preschool education. Even our Indian Constitution says various things for pre-education system. But over the period, RTE, just a minute, somebody is queue. Sorry, फिर पीछे चला गया. So we were discussing this right to education and preschool education. So RTE came into 2009, and actually it was came into the force from 1st April 2010, and advocated free and compulsory education to every child, that is 6 to 14 years, as provided by the Article 21 of Indian education systems, but not included 0 to 6 years. Means RTE 2009 has not given any recommendation for preschool education system. So it is very clear. It should be, we all should be aware. Although various provisions are there for promotions of pre-primary school education, like Indian Constitution and new education policies and various education policies like Kothari commissions. Article 45 says that it is the state shall endeavor to the provide early child care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. Means Article Indian Constitution's provisions, Article 45 gives clear cut directions to the state that it is the state responsibility to provide the pre-education system, preschool education to every child up to the age of 6 years. It is the responsibility of the state. And so this is the first today, because today is the first day, and tomorrow onward we will take much time and will interact. If you have any query, any questions, you may ask. Otherwise, we will wind up and we will discuss tomorrow at 5 p.m. Yeah, this is the time for discussion. Anybody please have any doubt, any questions?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Sangmitra, yeah. Please speak.
Sir, I have not received the study material.
This is not my concern because I am the concern for
Okay, okay.
counseling.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
So, okay, we will discuss
Sir,
tomorrow. Yeah, please. Keep on.
sir, I have the soft copy of all these books.
Yeah,
So, and
you
the
can,
website
you
also
can, you
showed
can,
the.
you can read your study material, and
Yeah.
whatever you find difficult, please note that, and please ask in the counseling sessions. So you and your peer group may also aware that difficulty.
No, sir. Okay, sir. And plus, I just wanted to know the questions that are related to this that has also been posted in the site. So, can we start writing those things?
Definitely, yeah, yeah. Even you should download your assignment, and you should
Mm.
start to write your assignments because it
Okay,
is the
okay.
integral part of your program, and you have to complete your assignment in time. Not only that, you have to prepare kind of workbook, and that we
Workbook
will
of
discuss.
what's the
MES
work?
085,
Okay.
whatever
So we have
whatever
to
the
do all
activities.
those questions and prepare as a workbook.
Yeah, okay, we will discuss. No problem.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
There is a time.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you, one and all.